Hey, it's a monologue time, which means two things. One, you could listen versus watch. You could also just assume I'm procrastinating on stuff that I should be doing in the gym. All right, but it's an important topic, output versus input. Okay, so what we have here is just another way of overlaying this concept of effort and finishing your move. Okay, there's all of these concepts have slightly different nuances, so that as we start layering them, we again have this tight, spherical framework in which no matter which way we're focused on, we're getting the benefits of all of it. All right, so going back to what it means to complete your move, first of all, was when we're executing an exercise, we want to make sure that it's clean and to its in range, and that you have a good effort in that. So for example, if you're doing a push-up, are you really going down to chest to the floor instead of shortcutting that move? Are you squeezing your glutes together? Are you pushing the heels back? All that kind of stuff, squeezing the shoulder blades together, all these things to not leave anything behind on that exercise, also to gain maximum results from that exercise. Effort is related. You can't always see it, okay? But it's something that you need to judge for yourself. Am I really putting in high effort? So, yes, we can tell if someone is breathing very, very heavily or sweating profusely that there's high effort, but then are they leaving behind finishing the move? Okay, that's why we start coupling and chaining and adding all these principles together to make sure that you're not leaving anything behind, that you're getting as much out of your time in the gym as possible. So now we're going to add this concept of output versus input. Input is everything that is external to us, whether it's things that are going in our brain or our mouth or around us in our environment. High quality input obviously is really important. Now, what you do with that high quality input would be the output. The intentional effort that you put in into the exercise would be the output. Going for a really high burn rate would be a good output. We have we're going against our biological and our evolutionary tendency in the gym via exercise. We're trying to actually expend energy on purpose, break down muscle, on purpose, right, in order to do what we want for the physique and for the heart and all of that. Whereas the body actually wants to conserve energy. It wants to be more efficient, right, by conserving energy. So it takes actual intentionality. So that's mental, that's emotional, and it's physical with that output. So of course, if you're sort of in the phase of just learning an exercise, let's say, a lot of that focus is a lot of your intention and your mental and emotional energy is going to be just really just doing the move, okay, as long as you're not doing it incorrect. Understood. When you get to a point where you know the exercise, you don't want to just go to finish the reps or go to finish the time on the exercise, okay? You cannot do max effort on every exercise. That's not at all what I'm talking about. I said high effort and max effort for you overall, okay? If you do max effort like Tabata style or 1 rep max or something, that's unsustainable. That's not what I'm talking about. It's good to do every once in a while, but I'm talking about on the daily as the norm. If you put in that high effort and gain that high output, you're going to get 5 to 15% more out of each rep or set or round, or over the reps, over the days, over the weeks. This is what makes the biggest difference from being here or being down here. Let me explain. if you have an exercise that is, say, for your lower body or for your arms, now you have the opportunity to engage your core. And by engaging your core, I mean to brace that, as if you're about to brace for impact. Someone's about to throw a ball at you and you're going to brace for impact. If you did that, that is going to make that entire exercise more difficult. That's going to result in a higher burn rate or a higher output. You do this rep over rep over rep over rep, okay, over days, over weeks, over years. That extra 5, 10, 15% effort that you're not leaving behind and or that you're gaining, whichever way you want to look at it, is going to make the biggest difference. It also gives you a head start if you're just trying to focus on, let's say, overall muscle gain or overall weight loss. Okay, in either way, either direction, okay, you could do a bunch of fat burning focused work. You could see the results of losing fat, but what's still underneath, right, is going to, the shape is going to reveal with the muscles. Same thing when you're bulking up. Do you want just bulk, or do you want that to have shape? That 5, 10, 15% intentionality and that high output is going to make the big difference. I work out oftentimes twice a week. I mean, I would like to work out more, but I work out about twice a week. You know my input, already my inputs are horrible, okay? Of course, that's not the way I would like it ideally, but it is what it is. And it's been this way for a long time. If I didn't have this intentionality, if I didn't have this high output principle working for me, and high effort along with finishing the move, you can't see it, okay? You can't see most of it most of the time, but I feel it, okay? And it shows in the fact that, how do I work out twice a week, and still fairly maintain, right? So, because maintenance should take more than that, really, okay? But it's because of all of these principles that I'm very focused on, because I know, well, first of all, I care that I know, okay? Secondly, it makes a difference, and I've been living the difference, okay? So I see so many halfway, you know what I mean? Like 80%, of the move being executed. And a lot of times it's just because people haven't learned that sort of that the hierarchy, right, of learning the movement patterns, so that you could start focusing your energy on a higher level. But if you understand the principle overall, right, so even when you're taking your walks, your 30-minute walks, let's say, how much butt squeezes are you leaving behind? How much every time you pump your arm, if you have your shoulders back and down, you should have about a 20% engagement of the biceps as it goes close to your ribs, engaging your core. I mean, that really is like 40% that you could be leaving behind on a walk, or that you could be gaining on a walk. When you're walking, do you show the back of your the bottom of your shoe to whoever's behind you and have that butt squeeze? How much butt squeezes are you leaving behind? How many hundreds, right? So all of that adds up into a tremendous difference in the results. Again, really, it just goes back to maximizing the time and effort as far as results that you're putting in the gym. Because believe me, I mean, I like stuff in the gym, but I mean, I literally don't want to spend in general, as far as maintenance, like more time than I have to, right? So there's one thing when I'm like gym labbing and it kind of doesn't matter, I'm just having fun and experimenting. But when I'm really trying to do my workout as a complete workout, I don't want any of that time to be wasted, okay? So this is where all of these principles come in and interlay on top of each other and create this sort of a way to make sure, depending on what it is you're doing, that you're always able to gain something, either extra or definitely not leave anything behind. All right, so think about it. Blabber, blabber, blabber. I hope I made sense.